All right. Good morning, everyone. So, this morning I'm heading to one of my all-time favorite lakes. It's a pretty good little jaunt from my house. But yesterday was my birthday. So, celebrate my birthday, I'm going on a solo fishing trip. Like I say, this is one of my favorite lakes. Potential to catch some big tigers. And then there's a couple other lakes close by I may go to that have got nice brook trout. But it's a beautiful morning. Got up bright and early. I was up at 4:15 on the road by 4:45. It's a little after 7. And we're beginning the trek in. Nice and cool this morning. But hopefully we can get into some big fish today, because came quite a ways, but I think it'll be worth it. All right, there it is. We made it to the lake. It's amazing to me how much faster that hike was than I remember it from last fall. Of course, I'm doing it solo, but it's also downhill. Going back's not going to be as fast, but definitely glad I brought my hiking poles because it was slick from the rain yesterday. But we're here, so let's go see if we can find some of these tigers. I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but there's like steam rising off the lake. Super pretty. I didn't get that on video, but this is why I come to this lake. First catch of the day. Nice, beautiful, fat tiger. Oh, freaking love this lake. Yeah, buddy. Look at that. So awesome. Look how big he is. Alright, so we'll let him go. Not bad when your first fish of the day is a 20-inch tiger trout. Alright, buddy, go be free. Thank you, buddy. Oh, yeah. First fish of the day, 20-inch tiger trout. Doesn't get any better than that. He was barely hooked, and so I'm away. That's what we like. All right, there's fish number 2 of the day. This one's got really pretty colors. He's not quite as big as the other one, but he's got a weird looking, he'll hold still. He has got one weird looking jaw. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but not quite as big as the first, but man, he was a good fight. Already, this one's quite a bit smaller, but check out the hump back on this guy. That's kind of cool. Yeah, man, this is so fun. Slowed down for a minute, held that guy in. But I actually thought he was a lot bigger than that, because it took me a couple minutes to get him in, but not as big as the first 2, but still not a bad looking fish. Alright, so had pretty good luck at this lake, caught some nice tigers. It has slowed down, so we're gonna head down the hill. There's another big lake that's probably about 3 times the size of this one. Also got some nice tigers in it, and I've caught some cuts there too, so we're gonna head down there and try some spinner fishing. I've tried using a spinner here, but there's just too many weeds, so we're gonna head down the hill and we're gonna fish that one. But before I go, so there's a sign over here with the name of the lake on it, so I just thought I'd show you guys that so you guys can see where I'm fishing. But yeah, so if you ever, so check this sign out. Now you know the name of it. So if you ever get the chance, come over here. All right, let's go check out the other lake. All right, made it down the hill to the next lake. I think if I had to pick one lake to fish for the rest of my life, it would have to be this one. I've caught probably bigger and more fish at that upper lake, but gosh, this lake is just so pretty, and like there was a little bit of wind, that upper one, and just look how still it is. It's just so quiet. But we got a little bit of a log hop to get over to where I want to fish, but I have seen a couple of nice looking fish surface, so we'll fish here for a couple hours and see what we can do. So here we go. That is the biggest one of the day. I actually think this might be my personal best fish I've ever caught. I don't know how much he weighs. I'm guessing 3 or 4 pounds. Oh, he was hard to get in because I didn't have my net ready. But look at that. I'm going to set him in the water for a second, get his measurements. "21 inches. Biggest one of the day, but that's got to be 3 or 4 pounds. I mean, just look at this thing. This thing is massive. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll let him go. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Oh, love it. There he is. One last look at him. He's a little tired. Pretty good little fight, but there he goes. Released back for somebody to catch another day. Maybe me. Oh, that was awesome. New species, folks. Caught a cutthroat on the Castmaster. Not very big, but pretty good looking fish nonetheless. Well, I know what the cuts are after. They like the Castmaster. That was the second cast, very next cast. Called this guy, and he's a little bigger, but oh, these cutthroats are so pretty. Yep, very next cast. That's a pretty good looking fish. Alright, we'll let you go. So I wished I could have recorded catching that guy, because it seriously took me like 5 minutes to get him in. This guy is a giant. Like, oh my gosh. It seriously took me so long to get him in. He just slammed this Castmaster. Oh my gosh. That's got to be a 5-pound tiger trout. I'm not even joking. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to get him back. But, wow. Alright, so I know the quality's not as good because this is an old GoPro, but you guys are stuck with the GoPro for the rest of the trip because, for one, I don't want to drop my phone again doing something like that, and for two, I'm scared to use it because I'm afraid it'll finish it off. It's still working, but I'm afraid if I keep using it, it's going to finish it off. I need a new phone anyway. It's an old phone. I think the speaker's crapped out, but I want to keep it working for now. So sorry, but you guys are stuck with the GoPro. But I'm going to use a few minutes to regroup, get some food in my belly. I've got a worm out there sitting. So while that's sitting out there, we're going to get some grub. And then we're going to reassess the game plan. So I think the biggest worry that I had, like I say, my phone's old anyway. I'm planning on getting a new one in a couple months anyway. But for one, I was going to be pissed if I didn't get it back because I would have lost all those pictures of those fish. And then the other thing is then I would be worried because I was supposed to tell my wife, since I'm doing a solo trip, my wife wants to know when I'm on my way home. And then I was like, oh crap. So if I don't get my phone back and or it doesn't work, how do I let her know I'm on my way home? Because if I try to call from like a gas station or something, she ain't gonna answer. But I think we have avoided a catastrophe because it still works. I just played with it for a minute and the speakers do still work. So I think we avoided a catastrophe, which is good. But I swear I can never have just like a smooth, perfect fishing trip. I hit a deer last year, lost a GoPro, which I got this GoPro, got back on a fishing trip earlier this year, and then this time lost my phone. But if that's the only thing that goes wrong, that's okay. Still gonna be a good day. But kind of slowed down. I think I may, oh, as I say that, I think oh nope, my Castmaster's got it. Thought I had a fish on, but just crossing lines. But anyway, I think I might try a brook trout lake that's about another mile away. If we don't get anything here soon. Alright, so I decided I want to try and catch some brook trout. So we're gonna do a little more hiking to a little brook trout lake that's got brook trout up to 3 pounds in it. And if I catch a brook trout, there's 2 other lakes between here and the brook trout lake that I might try fishing on the way back and see if I can catch a splake and a rainbow. If I can do that, it'll be 5 species on the day. But yeah, we'll got a little bit of hike up ahead of us to get to this brook trout lake, but my plan is to stop at this lake on the way home. Maybe give me another hour or so to fish here before I head all the way home. But I'm in the mood to catch some brook trout, so we're gonna see if we can do that. Alright, here's lake number 3 for the day. And I'm glad to get here because I'm ready for a sandwich. I'm gonna set up a worm while I eat my sandwich. There's cows here. Alright, let's catch us a big brook trout. Well, I hate to say that I walked 2 miles for nothing, but that's kind of what's looking like has happened. There's just really not a whole lot of activity going on. I've seen a couple fish jumping. That's about it. Not even a bite on the night crawler, and been fishing some spinners, and it's just super weedy. Every time I reel in, I've got like a big old chunk of weeds, so that makes it a little frustrating. So much as I hate to say that I walked 2 miles for nothing, I think it's time to hike 2 miles back to the Tiger Trout lakes. Fish there for a couple hours before I have to go. I guess one way to look at it is at least I got my exercise and my steps in for the day. Well, packed up again, and we're saying goodbye to the brook trout lake. Didn't catch anything, not even a bite. It kind of sucks that I did walk the 2 miles over here, but that's okay. There ain't much better than hiking in the mountains and fishing, so I won't complain. But we are going to hike back to the Tiger Trout lakes. Hopefully get back there in an hour or so and have a couple hours to fish before I have to head out of here. So hopefully we can go back to the Tiger Trout lakes and replicate what was happening earlier. Going this way sucks. A lot more uphill. I'm huffing and puffing. Of course, it doesn't help that we're at almost 10,000 feet. And I also realized that I under-prepared just a bit for this trek because I did not bring nearly enough water. I brought 2 bottles, thinking that'd be enough because I knew it was supposed to be cool. But I've only got about a quarter of a bottle left, which I'm going to drink when I get to the Tiger Trout lakes. If I had my choice, I'd gulp like 2 full ones right now. It's not that it's hot. It's only like 65 degrees, give or take. It's just so humid and muggy that I'm just like sweating. So yeah, next time, note to self, bring more water. But luckily, I do have more beverages at the truck. I have a water and a Pepsi for the ride home, and they're on ice, so at least I've got that going for me. But if I do this trip again, I am going to bring more water. Alright, back on the original trail now. When it's all said and done, I don't think my little shortcut was so much a shortcut after all. I think it ended up being longer. In fact, I had to leave the trail because the trail was swinging back around. I could tell I was going to be even longer. So I took a self-imposed shortcut and had to trek through a marshy meadow. So I should have just stayed on the original trail. We only got about a mile though to the Tiger Trout Lake, so we'll just keep plugging along. Hopefully I can handle this uphill at 10,000 feet. Alright, so we're back at the Tiger Trout Lake, the bottom one. Pretty good little hike. Back, I was sweating so bad the whole hike. I kept getting sweat in my eyes were burning. It was a good time. Drank my wonderful 1/4 ounce of water that I had left, so now I have to make it all the way back to the truck before I can have more. But it's weird. It's only like 3:30 in the afternoon, but it looks like it's getting ready for the sun to go down. But I did just hear a rumble of thunder, so I think there's some storms a-brewing. So we'll have to keep my eye on that. I'm exhausted though. And the thing that's kicking my butt mentally is that I still have, there's some more thunder. I still have about a little over a mile hike just to get back to the truck, and it is all uphill. So hopefully I can catch some fish, take my mind off that before I have to venture back up the hill. Alright, we're back in business. What we got here? Little cutthroat. Hit the cast master. Oh, there he goes. Easy release. So we caught the one little cutthroat. We're going to go back over to the other side of the lake. If I can find a way across the stream. Maybe right here. I'm going to go back across the other side of the lake where I was this morning. See if we can't get another big tiger. And then we'll probably throw a couple casts in at that upper lake and then head for home. But man, I'll tell you, the sky is getting dark. Thunder is a rumbling. Bad thing is I have no idea which way these storms are moving. The storm's over there. That's the way the thunder's coming from. So I'm thinking it'll move that way, away from where I am, but you never know. So I'm just preparing myself that there's a possibility that I could get wet. Welcome to monsoon season in southern Utah. I got one. I'm gonna have to go over here to land him. What is it? Cutthroat. I'm gonna have to go over here to land him. Oh, he's gonna get me all wrapped up in that. He might have got off. Nope. Is he still on there? Yeah, he's still there. It's a pretty cutthroat. Of course, my net's not ready. So we gotta get the net ready. There we go. It's the biggest cut of the day. Good he didn't swallow the hook. That's the bad thing about fishing one with worms is you worry about him swallowing the hook, but he's just hooked in the mouth. How to be able to get him and send him on his way. Come on, hold still. You and I have the same goal here, dude. So if you'd cooperate without twisting my line all up. Okay, you're unhooked, I think. I think you're unhooked. Nope. You just made it worse, dude. Man, what did you do, fish? Alright. We're getting the scissors out. Okay, there we go. He's free. That's a pretty, these cutthroats are just so pretty. Alright, we'll send you on your way. Sorry, buddy. I'll be a little tired after that. And I'll tell you what, I've got these cutthroats dialed in. None of them are big. I know there is some big ones in here. But man, they're sure fun because they just come up and grab your jig and smack the crap out of it. Alright, sorry buddy. Just gonna have to lift you up. Because I'm precariously perched on a rock. Oh man. You smacked that good. That was too bad. Here we go, another little cut. I got them dialed in. So these cutthroat are going absolutely crazy over this Castmaster. I caught another one and I pulled him in, and it looks like he's had some sort of run in with like a bird or something. Some sort of hawk or eagle, maybe. Maybe even a bear, but interesting. I'll let him go. His gills are a little messed up too. Tell you what, that thunder is a rumbling. I hope it doesn't rain too hard because the road getting up here was already pretty muddy and slick. Of course, it did probably dry out a little today, but if it rains more, could be a slick, interesting ride down off the mountain to the highway. That's for sure. Had another little hit on that one. It's fun to catch fish, but where's them big tigers I was catching earlier? I think we'll give it a couple more casts, and then if I want to fish that upper lake at all, better head up there, because it's about time to head out of here, unfortunately. Man, that thunder is a rumbling. I don't understand why you never catch one while the camera's rolling. Kind of obnoxious. Alright, we'll try a couple more casts with the camera not rolling and see if we can get a couple more fish before we head up the hill. Alright, this might be the last fish of the day. It's going to be a challenge. Oh, damn it, he got off. I knew that was going to be a pain trying to get him through the weeds. Dang it! Well, folks, that's going to do it for this trip. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. This is no exception. I caught one more little cut at this upper lake. Had a few more takes. I was trying to catch another one to bring home to my little boy, but didn't happen. So now we got to boogie on out of here. And I mean boogie because I stayed a few minutes longer than I should have. So we got a boogie, and climb out of here is gonna suck. Steep, all uphill, but it must be done. Not really looking forward to leaving, but I am looking forward to getting to the truck, getting a much needed drink of water, and then once I get hydrated on that, then I get a nice cold Pepsi for the ride home. But like I say, all good things must come to an end. This was really fun. And hopefully, if things plan out the way I want them to, we'll be back next month on a camping trip with the whole family. So, yeah, let's get to the truck. All right, I'm taking a little breather. But I got thinking, you know, I really ought to make sure my bear spray, my bear repellent, still works after getting it wet today. So you can find out with me if it still works. All right, not shooting at anything in particular. We're just gonna make sure it still works. Yep, still works. Cool. Hopefully that scared any bears between here and the truck. But it's good to know if I run into one, my bear repellent is gonna work. So there's this big spring right here. You have no idea how tempted I am to go get a big old drink out of it. But I'm close enough to the truck, I think I'll just wait. If I was in a survival situation, I would totally drink it. But I mean, it just pops right out of the ground right here. I don't know what you guys can see of. Big old spring. Like I say, if I was in a survival situation, I wouldn't even hesitate to drink right here, but I'm tempted right now, I'm not gonna lie. But I think I better just wait for the water in the truck. I wonder if this is a shortcut. We're gonna try it. You really think I would learn? Quit taking these stupid shortcuts. Shortcuts. I don't think they save much distance. They definitely don't save any time. They're a hell of a lot harder. Oh, I think that might be the trail right there. Thank heavens. All right. You're witnessing this on camera. I'm swearing off any more shortcuts. Because that wasn't fun. Oh. Glory, glory, hallelujah. There's the truck. That last little climb kicked my butt. Oh. Well, that was a great trip nonetheless. But I am happy to see you, truck. Give me a drink of water and let's go home. Get something to eat.